everybody, welcome back to Girlsplaining Gaming. My name is Kelsey, and I am joined today by Ben from Board and Savior. Say hi, Ben.
Hi, Ben.
So today we're going to be doing something called a clean slate debate. We thought we talk about a lot of stuff, we have opinions about stuff, and we're funny sometimes when we do it. And the world needs to see that. But I don't actually know what we're talking about. I know we're talking about D&D, but Ben here has come up with 2 topics for us to talk about, and we don't know who's gonna pick which side. So he's gonna bring our topics, I will pick a side, and then we will just go on our merry way and have a little debate until, as he says, we're blue in the face, or until you comment, "Stop! I can't take it anymore." So, yeah, you'll have to let us know down below who you think won, but remember, the side that Ben takes might not be his actual opinion. It might just be the one that I didn't take, so I'm excited to see what he brought in today.
Our first topic tonight is a simple one. Indefinitely long-running campaigns are great. So this is like campaigns that you started and you and your friends keep coming back to with no particular end in sight. This is not a thing where it's like, we're going to do a one-shot, or we're going to do like, I've planned a little thing where we're all going to go on this quest and it's going to be like 10 sessions and it's over. This is like Critical Role style, where you start at level 1 and it's just going to go until who knows when. And I'm saying that's a great thing. Which side do you want to take? That's a good thing, or it's not so good?
I'm going to take that's a great thing.
Okay.
For 500.
Okay. For 500, Alex. In that case, I am arguing that indefinitely long-running campaigns suck, but they are poo-poo, stinky, yuck. And I think I have a very good case for this. Guess what, guys? Endings make an impact. Endings create the sense of fulfillment and purpose. And these campaigns that just go on forever and ever and ever and may never end, never get that sense of fulfillment, never get that nice, sweet feeling of it's all come together and we know that it is a complete and total story and package. You, in one of these indefinitely long-running campaigns, guess what, guys? I said Critical Role earlier. I'm sorry, you're not Critical Role. They meet every week. It is their job to tell that story. In the real world is sad. An indefinitely long-running campaign, it's just never going to end. And it will, I'm sorry, it's inevitably going to fizzle out. Like, you're going to do every week for a couple weeks, and then you're going to switch to every month, and then it's going to be every 2 months, and then it's like every 4, and then it's like maybe once a year you get together and you do it, and like you don't know, because like Jeff, he's got a job. Oh, Mary just had a kid. We can't do D&D. And all of a sudden you're like, but the story that we've been telling, is it just never going to end? The answer is yes. It is never going to end, and it's not going to never end because you keep doing it. It's never going to end because you stop doing it. And I think that just like 9 times out of 10, that's the story, and it's a tragic one. So you should create campaigns that have a finite amount of episodes, a finite amount of sessions to them, because that way you can all say, you know what, I know we're all busy, but let's get together 10 times over the course of the next year and a half and just make sure that we tell this story together, because that's how you create the memories. You create the memories because you've told this whole complete story, and you remember this was the beginning and the middle and the end of the story in this whole arc. But you don't get that if the campaign just goes on forever. And that's what I gotta say to you.
All right.
Wow.
I've got to approach this from an emotional point of view.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and
no.
here's a couple things
I've
that
already
you
lost.
need to understand about me. I hate endings. I have a really hard time, like, when things are over. Mm-hmm. Do you know how many video games I have that I've played almost until the end, and then I'm in like the final boss fight and I just leave it, or I don't get to, you know, the 100% completion and finding all my fish in Dredge, so I don't do the final thing because like I'm too afraid for the story to end. I didn't watch the last episode of Friends. I watched all 10 seasons and then stopped the last episode because I can't have that happen. It makes me really sad. Then there's no coming back to it. And if it's kind of in the air, it's like, well, maybe, like, there's hope. So I think there's an element of hope. Another element of hope is that your D&D session is going to end. So at least if we say it's indefinite, then at least I feel like I have a chance for my character to blossom and to grow. I feel like I've had particular bad luck with campaigns actually being long running. Sorry, group, if you see this. It's really none of your fault individually. But I really like to know that I'm going to have time to develop the character and to be able to like interact with the world and the other characters and the NPCs and like make those kind of decisions. And I think there's a couple ways to deal with it. Like an indefinite campaign also can end. Like I had a really great one. I think my best one is with kind of pieces of what my current group is. And we decided after like a year or two, we were all going to meet up. We actually all met virtually. Well, some of us, like people knew each other and then all got together. First time some of us were meeting in person. We dressed up as our characters and did like a huge half day, like campaign close. So we just decided that it would be a big pause and that the characters could live and that it wasn't a final fight and we could just like whatever, and everybody got a certain amount of time to like share their part of the story. And I think so there's like ways to give you a little bit of that closure and your story arc even if you have it be ongoing. But I just like knowing that I get to hang out with my friends once a week forever. And I really need that. Like, I need to know that I'm still going to see these people because it's a really meaningful way to stay in touch with some people that I really love.
That's really beautiful, and I can't really argue against a really beautiful thing because that would be, like, rude. So I will leave what I said earlier as my argument, and I won't say that, I don't know, maybe at a certain point someone has a baby in that group and then it's like they can't come to D&D anymore and like I don't
know, make the baby play D&D, I guess.
I think that's probably the solution. The baby's like a little goblin that's a part of the party and they're just like blah, 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 blah. You know.
Yeah
Could be good All right, I'll argue hard on this one though. Okay, this is so similar to the one that you gave me in my video, so that'll be very fun. You go watch that one also. Everyone should do a voice for their character.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with a hard yes.
Oh, okay.
I got you.
Damn it.
Okay. Oh, I guess you get to go first.
I do have to go first on this one. No, I strongly believe that not everyone is comfortable putting themselves out there. And Kelsey, it is disgusting that you would force them to. How dare you? Not everyone's cool with that, Kelsey. You know what? Here's another thing. Here's another factor. Not everyone's comfortable. I think that's real. Some people playing D&D for the first time, that's a little out of their comfort zone. Maybe they want to do a voice that they're more familiar with, their own voice, and then everyone else around the table does a silly, fun voice, and then maybe in the back of their head they go, that seemed fun. Maybe I'll do that for the next character. And it's kind of like a dip in your toe in sort of situation. I don't feel like we should be forcing people to do voices that they don't want to do, because here's the other thing. Sorry, guys. Some people do bad voices. Some people aren't good at voices, and they know that they're not good at voices. Some people don't know that they're not good at voices, and that's another funny thing that we could talk about. But some people like know that they're just not good at voices, that like they would feel stupid doing it, and they don't want to do that in front of their friends. And I don't think we should make those people who know that, like, I can't do accents. Like, I don't do a good like deep gravelly voice. I don't want to like be kind of embarrassing myself the whole time. We shouldn't force them to do a voice. And then I will also say, a lot of the time, this happened in my long-running campaign that is indefinite. A character started out doing a voice, and they ended up being like, I don't really like that voice that I chose for my character, but we've met like 20 times. That's his voice now. And it feels like you can't change it. So if at the start we didn't say, everybody's got to do a voice, maybe he wouldn't have done a voice, and then he would feel more comfortable playing that character moving forward, and he would feel more like he was embodying that character because it doesn't feel like it connects for him. Kelsey, argue against my personal lived experience of my very close friend. Tell me why he was wrong for feeling that way.
I think if you can't take the heat, get the heck out of the kitchen.
Okay. If you can't take the heat, don't roll a d20, idiot.
Hey, you can't. If you can't handle me at my nat 1, you don't deserve me at my nat 20. I think that the voices are such a part of the whimsy and the magic of D&D, and it is just so integral. Not to mention that for the DM, it might be really important for clarity because you kind of need to know the difference between the NPCs. I want to address your point about people feeling comfortable. I don't necessarily think we have to say, everybody, do a voice. I think everybody should just know that they should do a voice. But I think if you put yourself out there, I mean, hopefully you're playing with your friends or people who you're hoping to become friends with. And a lot of times if you do something that's maybe a little out of your comfort zone, but it's not in a danger zone, like doing a voice, that's something that can really like help you explore new things. It can help you make new friends. A lot of times that's funny. Even if you like have a horrible voice crack, that's really funny, and that's an opportunity to connect with the people around you. I think that being in the spirit of the game is something that's going to connect everybody and is going to improve your experience. Now, if you pick a voice and then you decide that you don't want to do that voice, pick a new voice. That's okay. Like, even if we've met him, like, we can suspend disbelief. We're doing make-believe in this whole time. We can make believe that, like, your voice changed for some reason. Sometimes I've had people who were like, oh, that voice is hurting my throat. So they made up an in-character reason why their voice is different. And, like, that's also super cool. And if you really think it's suffering, yeah, all suffer together. I don't know. I just think it's fun. There's also a lot of different types of voices you can do. You could do, like a voice that plays with pitch. You could do a voice that plays with volume. You could do an accent. So there's so many things to explore, and I know I'm somebody who's really focused on the role-playing aspect, but I just think it's something that notches your game up to a level that is just so much more fun.
My argument stands as it is, so think about that when you're commenting on who you think won. Now, separate from that, please do a fucking voice. Everyone should do a voice. Everyone should do a voice. You should never not be doing a voice. And that's all I have to say about that.
Well, there was our 2 topics. I feel pretty good about that. I came in with the emotional slugger, and then I had an undeniably right take. So I feel pretty good about this debate. How do you feel, Ben?
I won. No, I won. Ooh. I enjoyed arguing. I may be someone who comments that Kelsey won.
And you should too. But the first thing you should do is comment who won. The second thing you should do is go like this video and subscribe to me, but also go subscribe to Board and Savior, because he's actually doing a D&D campaign of his own. And there's some pretty good voices in that, and I hope it's indefinite. I mean, you haven't posted in a while, but I'm really excited to see the next one. It is not indefinite.
I have a full thing planned, and the next one is scheduled, so there will be more of that.
fantastic. It's a great series that I've enjoyed watching so far, and you'll enjoy it too, so make sure to like and subscribe both of our videos. You'll see some topics presented by me over on Ben's channel. It's a good time. It was good on both sides. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
But I won, so that's great. All right, see you next time.
Bye.